So we have seen that modulus of z is greater than 1.96. Our value is 14.08 modulus of that. So 14.08, which falls in the rejection region, and thus we reject H naught and conclude that the two samples cannot be considered to have been taken at 5% level of significance. 5% level of significance from the same population. Okay, the observed value of Z, which is equal to 14.08, which falls in the rejection region, and thus we reject H naught and conclude that the two samples, okay, two samples so 5% level of significance from the same population, okay, whose standard deviation is 11 lbs. So what we are concluding is that because this 14.08, which is in the rejection region, and therefore we are going to reject the H naught and conclude that the two samples cannot be considered to have been taken at 5% level of significance from the same population, okay, whose standard deviation is 11 lbs. So from this means that the difference between means of two samples is statistically significant. Okay, this means that the difference between means of two samples is statistically significant. That means the difference is they are statistically significant and not due to chance, okay, and not due to sampling fluctuation. This is the final conclusions we are having. This is not due to the sampling fluctuations, but they are taken from the different, but their difference is significant, okay. Sampling, okay, sampling fluctuations, it is not due to the sampling fluctuations. There is a statistical, there is a significant difference between the means. We'll go to the next illustration 2. So in illustration 2, what we are going to see is a sample random, okay, a simple random sampling survey in respect of monthly earnings of semi-skilled workers in 2 cities gives the following statistical information. Okay, what is given? A sampling, a simple random sampling survey in respect of monthly earnings of semi-skilled workers in 2 cities gives the following statistical information. So city 1 is given. This is city, and this is mean monthly earnings. Okay, this is given in rupees, and then standard deviation of sample data of monthly earnings. This is given in rupees. Next given is the size of sample. Okay, these are the information given to us. That is city A and city B. Okay. We'll say city A is given as 695. Okay, mean is 695. Standard deviation is 40. Sample size is 200. It is greater than 30. Therefore, we have to use the Z statistics. If it is lesser than 30, you have to use the T statistic. So 710 mean is given, and 60 is the standard deviation, and 175. This is also greater than 30. So both are greater than 30. Therefore, we have to use the Z statistics. Test the hypothesis at 5% level that there is no difference between monthly earnings of workers in 2 cities. Okay, we'll go to the solution. Okay, so in the solution we'll be seeing like this. Taking the null hypothesis. Okay, how we are going to take the null hypothesis? That there is no difference in earnings of workers. So null hypothesis, we have to take the Madhyama Pada, right, in between, not this side or that side, in these 2 cities as usual. Okay, we write H naught is, we are taking as no significant difference between the earnings. So mu equal to H naught equal to mu1 equal to mu2. So normally we take like that only null hypothesis. Then H1 is mu1 not equal to mu2. Okay. And what and all the information given here is nothing but, here itself I'll write it down. Here this is x1 bar is given, right? And this is my x2 bar, and this is sorry I did mistake. This is x2 bar. Okay, 2 cities, no, this is mean, a mean of city 1 and mean of city 2, and this is where standard deviation of city 1, that is 40, standard deviation of city 2, that is 60, and size of the sample, this is N1 and this is N2. Okay, we'll use the formula Z equal to x1 bar minus x2 bar divided by sigma S1 square, because it is not population. Standard deviations, here the standard deviation is given about the sample, that is statistic, not the parameter. So this is the formula, sigma S2 square by N2 square root of this, right? We'll substitute what is x1 bar. Okay, what is x1 bar? X1 bar is 695 minus x2 bar is 710 divided by square root of, okay, sigma S1, that is the standard deviation of the first sample, that is 40, so you have to square it, divided by sample size is 200 N1, and sigma S2 is 60. Okay, 60 square divided by the sample size is 175. Okay, if you calculate, you will get minus 15 divided by square root of 8 plus 20.57. Okay, can now increase the size because we've already seen whatever we want to see. This is equal to minus 2.809. Here what we are going to do is, as H1 is two-sided, okay, what we have taken H1, mu1 not equal to mu2, right? What we have taken H1, mu1 not equal to mu2, okay? Therefore it is two-sided, okay? Therefore H1 is two-sided. We were going to apply, we should apply two-tailed test. So we should apply two-tailed test for determining the rejection regions at 5% level of significance, okay, with (5% level of significance which come to as under. So if you are, this is a two-sided, so we shall apply the two-sided test, and for the two-sided test we know that we have already known on 95% level. So R modulus of Z, it is 95% means greater than 1.96. So what value we got? We got the value 2. That is minus 2.809. Okay, if you take the modulus, it will be 2.809, which is greater than the 1.96. So what we have to do? We have to reject, right? Reject H0. That is the conclusion we'll be taking. The observed value of Z, we can take the modulus also. Okay, minus 2.809, which falls in the rejection region, and thus we reject H0 at 5%, we write percent.